have a new feature to the program, which is that the beneficiary will sign a contract. We call it a social contract. It's just a simple document which outlines the duties and responsibilities of the beneficiary. Now, once we start to expand the number of houses, you're going to find that some beneficiaries may at the beginning be deserving of the house, but who knows, their circumstances may change down the road, and then they don't need the house anymore. And then suddenly they turn it into a shop. Or they migrate and rent it out. No, we don't want that. The benefit was not for that purpose. So there are some duties and responsibilities there for the maintenance of the house, that if you plan to expand on the house, you should let us know, because there's no way that a government house should be illegally expanded. Meaning that, if you're going to do any construction at all, you need to get approval from your parish council. And so we need to be advised beforehand so that we can help you to seek approval for any expansion on the house. And we don't want to put up a structure that then turns out to be a problem to the community, that it turns out to be a bar that operates all hours of the night and disturb the neighbors. No. So we have learned from experience that we have had before, right, where we have given units over to beneficiaries and they have used it to do all kinds of things other than for what purpose it was. So we are putting these now in a contract that will specify what your obligations and duties are in the house.
Indeed, it's a proud moment for me, as I'm sure it's a proud moment for everyone who's here. This has been a good day, really good day. And to vet our officers in this way matters. And so, Chairman, Honorable Lascelles Chin, thank you very much for this. After 22 years of doing something, sometimes you think that fatigue would set in, but it obviously hasn't. And your desire to recognize our work is as strong now as it was 22 years ago, and I thank you for that. And could we just give the chairman a round of applause? It's really important that our officers can be recognized in this way. We have our own recognition ceremony coming up in a few weeks as we move into Police Week. And that happens every year. Again, this is our 155th year. And I think, very fitting. I was listening carefully, as I always do, to what the Director of Public Prosecutions says, because there's quite a few occasions we end up in the same place and speaking at the same microphone. And the theme for this year, for the Police Week and going forward into next year, is the relentless pursuit of excellence, a force for good. Corporal Smith and the finalists, the top 6 who are at this table, and all other awardees. It's great to be recognized, and you have an award, you got some cash, and you got a plaque or a trophy. But I see these awards also, although it is an individual award, it's an award for all of us, a wider force. And so as a force, we celebrate your success, and your success is our success, everyone's success. It's one force. And as you can see, we had a district constable as part of that. So I was just saying to the LASCO team at the table, we're an organization of about 15,500 people. So we have our our police officers in the candy stripes, we have our DCs in the blue, and we have our civilian workers who are as critical a part of what we do as anyone else. And it is that team that works together that delivers policing to the country. And let me tell you, there's something else that the DPP says. When you're in these jobs, you know, sometimes it's thankless, but it's rewarding nonetheless. It's rewarding not because of accolades that may come in a newspaper or on TV. It's rewarding because the person who stops you in the street and says, thank you. And I'm sure that's the experience of every police officer here. Somebody just walks up who doesn't have to. They're under no obligation to do anything, and there are no cameras rolling, and they say thank you. And that matters.
Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. I was in Westmoreland prosecuting a case where a 13-year-old boy had murdered, strangled, buggered a 9-year-old girl. And I remember over dinner, Mr. Paul Thomas called me to tell me about the Cocoa Peace case. So while I'm eating my dinner, I'm hearing about it. I didn't flinch. I said, when you get him, let me know. By the next day, he was able to tell me about the shorts and the knife that had been found. And later on in the evening, he said, Miss Llewellyn, we got him. By the next day, Miss Llewellyn, could we have a deputy to do a case consultation? He got it. And by the following week, the Monday, the deputy was able to say, Miss Llewellyn, we are ready. I exercised my constitutional authority. We brought it straight to the Home Circuit Court, and I instructed that the death penalty notice be executed, and it was done. You know what I did? I don't listen to the news. I am not on social media. I just do my job, and I don't look left or right. And by the time that the forensic psychiatric report had come in, he pleaded guilty a couple of days before the funeral. Seldom have I seen a case where the administration of justice, in that the community action and cooperation, the police investigation, which was first class, the prosecutors, and indeed the defense attorney did her part, the forensic psychiatrist, and then the judge in his sentencing summation. We all worked together, and by the end of 4 months from the day of the incident, we were able to close that matter down.